a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause...
That's right. Good afternoon and welcome. I want to give everyone a chance to share your feed because this is going to be a great conversation. Welcome, Violet. Welcome, Linda. And welcome, Beverly. Everyone else listening, good afternoon and welcome on YouTube and the WayneHallShow.com. We're glad to have everyone. Believe me, it's a great conversation. We're about to hear so much about these two gentlemen that came together thanks to the Jamaica International Independence Festival Song Competition. So stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing this right now. I encourage you to do the same.
And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garfield, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap. Cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garvey, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap. Cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garvey, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap. Cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garvey, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap. Cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garvey, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap. Cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie. And if you come from the land of Garvey, you are a certified yardie. And if you have enough pride in your country, you are a certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here
Yes, right. So welcome again to everyone on the WayneAllShow.com. Welcome to everyone on YouTube. Welcome on Facebook Live. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for sharing. I know we're in for a great conversation this evening. So I'm going to want you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy this exclusive brought to us courtesy of the Jamaica International Independence Festival Song Competition. Caribbean Live TV, they hosted the interview, all the technicalities, and if you find any fault with the editing, that was me, not Caribbean Live TV. Good evening, Christine Rendell. Welcome. Mary Kirk, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you. We're going to get into the show. It's just about an hour or so, and I thought it would be very fitting, and so did the JIIFSC, to start with the theme song, all right? And then we're going to flow right into the conversation. Okay, so here we go. Gary G has done the theme song for the JIIFSC, and it's entitled Gimme Jamaica. So here we go. While you share and welcome your friends, let's enjoy Gimme Jamaica, Gary G. All right, let's go.
And blue, raise the black, green, the gold, stamp our name on the world. We are many, we are one. Every continent we have gone. Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North and South America. JIIFSC, Jamaican reggae overseas. JIIFSC, Jamaican reggae overseas. 8662, independent for me and you. 8662, independent for me and you. Independent we became, now we are a worldwide fame. Though we in a foreign land, never ever forget our roots. Our island in the sun, reggae's international. Come on home and have some fun. White sand beach and white rum. Jamaica land. Reggae is our song, spreading the word of love through this reggae beat, stopping the hate and strife. Reggae is our life. Independent we became, now we are a worldwide thing. We are many, we are one, our island in the sun. Give me Jamaica land, white sand beach, white rum. Give me Jamaica land, reggae is our song. JIIFSC, Jamaican reggae overseas. JIIFSC, Jamaican reggae overseas. 8662, independence for me and you. 8662, independence for me and you. Jamaica, we number one. Jamaica, come jam this song. Jamaica, we number one. Jamaica, international. Give me Jamaica land. Big up Jamaica land. Love me Jamaica land. Reggae is our song, spreading the word of love through this reggae beat, stopping the hate and strife. Reggae is our life. Jamaica, we number one. Jamaica, come jam this song. Jamaica, we number one. Jamaica, international.
This is Insight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of the Wayne On Show. We're coming to you from the studios of Caribbean Live TV, where we have a very interesting story for you today. I am going to describe it like this. It's the tale of two faiths fused by faith. Who am I talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, how about I introduce my guests, starting with Mr. Garfield McCook. All right, Mr. McCook hails out of Kingston, Jamaica, and my other guest is none other than Mr. Lavie Wilkinson. What are they? And why are we here? Well, we're about to find out. And so I want to say good evening to my guests and welcome. Thank you for sharing what you're about to share with our audience. It's truly my pleasure to have you. All right. Gary, I'm going to start with you. All right. I am curious because we've gotten here because of some recent events, but I want to take the audience back for a little bit and tell us about your upbringing real quick. Where exactly are you from, and what was it like in the early days for you?
Well, I was born in Kingston, University Hospital, and then lived in Old Harbor. Lived in Old Harbor from 1962 through 70. Then I went to Harborview, and then lived in Harborview from 1970 to 87, and then migrated to the United States. Schooling was Old Harbor Primary. Then when I went to Kingston, we went to Harborview Primary for a while, and then Kingston College. I did. That's where I did my five years at Kingston College.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the break in the sound. All right, we are getting that resolved right now. And just stand by and bear with us, okay? We're going to start this video from the top because we want you to hear all of this conversation. So we apologize for that, and we're going to try and resolve that as we speak. All right, so we're going to get back to the conversation and get that sound resolved for you.
Our name on the world. We are many, we are one. Every continent we have gone. Africa.
This is Insight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of the Wayne Hall Show. We're coming to you from the studios of Caribbean Live TV, where we have a very interesting story for you today. I am going to describe it like this. It's the tale of two faiths fused by faith. Who am I talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, how about I introduce my guests, starting with Mr. Garfield McCook. All right, Mr. McCook hails out of Kingston, Jamaica, and my other guest is none other than Mr. Lavie Wilkinson. Who are they? And why are we here? Well, we're about to find out. And so I want to say good evening to my guests and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing what you're about to share with our audience.
Yes, sir.
It's truly my pleasure to have you. All right. Gary, I'm going to start with you. All right. I am curious because we've gotten here because of some recent events, but I want to take the audience back for a little bit and tell us about your upbringing real quick. Where exactly are you from, and what was it like in the early days for you?
Well, I was born in Kingston University Hospital, and then lived in Old Harbor. Old Harbor from 1962 through 70. Then I went to Harborview and lived in Harborview from 1970 to 87, and then migrated to the United States. Schooling was Old Harbor Primary. Then when I went to Kingston, we went to Harborview Primary for a while, and then Kingston College. I did, that's where I did my five years at Kingston College. Did a year at Cass, planning to be an engineer, and then had a turn of fate and decided to be a life insurance sales rep for Island Life Insurance Company. So that's where I stayed on until I migrated in 87.
Very good, very good. So very interesting. I appreciate that you actually mentioned your primary school. We often just go straight to high school and college and beyond, but never, you know. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduced him as Mr. Lavie Wilkinson. But by now you all are saying, hey, it's Lavie Lujah. Lavie Lujah. We're going to have to start with the name, all right? Before we even hear where you're from. The name Lavie Lujah, we know that's not on your birth certificate.
It's not.
So tell us about the name to begin with.
That name, I think, is probably less than a year old.
Wow.
Because when I started, when I released my first song last year, I was just Lavie.
Okay.
But then I realized that there were about probably 30 other artists with that name,
Interesting.
Lavie.
Yes.
So I realized I had to change it. Now the meaning of Lavie is the life. That's what it means. And Lujah actually means gift from God. So Lavie Lujah is my life. My life is the gift of God.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. We appreciate that. Good. So now tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Where were you born and what were the early days like?
I was born in Kingston, Kingston Jubilee Hospital.
Okay.
And I was taken to St. Elizabeth at the age of 3 months. And I was raised by my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather passed away when I was 15 years old. And so all my life, from 3 months until I became an adult, I was living in Malvern, St. Elizabeth, in a little district called Kinowl, Kinowl. And Kinowl is one of those places where they would say, nothing good comes from Nazareth.
Wow. Whoa.
Yes, that's where I grew up. Very poor community in terms of resources, but we had love, we had unity, we had a community that actually helped each other. If one farmer reaped some yam, he would give it to the next neighbor, and that neighbor, if he kills a pig, he would send a piece of meat across the fence. So that's the environment I grew up in. Even though it was poor, it was rich in character. And I went to Bethlehem all-age school.
Bethlehem all-age.
I never attended high school. I dropped out of school before I reached grade 9. And some years later, I will spare you the details, some years later I decided to go back to the community college to do my subjects so I could qualify to go to college, which I did, and I became a teacher. I became the president of student council while I was at Bethlehem Teachers College. It is now Bethlehem Moravian College.
Yes.
And when I graduated, I taught in Clarendon. I taught grade 5 until I migrated to Canada in 2001.
At what school in Clarendon did you teach?
Reaches Primary. It was a Moravian school.
Okay.
And then I moved to Canada. I taught in a private school for a year. And it was my first time being exposed to special needs. And the program was just for a year. And when my contract was up, I decided that I wanted to teach special needs. And so I went back to school and I became a child and youth counselor. I am currently working with the Toronto District School Board in a high school.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, it's Mr. Garfield McCook and Lavie Lujah. Garfield McCook, the founder of the first ever Jamaica International Festival Song Competition, and the first winner, Lavie Lujah. And the thing is, I'm theming this conversation as the tale of fates fused by faith. Because here we have two gentlemen, you heard their upbringing, nothing in common. But how did we get here? How did we arrive at him coming up with this great concept and Lavie Lujah the winner? We're going to get into that and more when we come back.
Hi, my name is Jennifer A. Block. I am a mortgage broker and attorney at law for more than 21 years. My entire life has been dedicated to the real estate industry. So stop dreaming about buying that property. Let my ability to secure financing within as little as 11 days work for you. For that best rate, fast close financing option, call 1-800-466-0664. That's 1-800-466-0664. Or visit rapidmortgageloans.me. Visit rapidmortgageloans.me for your pre-approval and to request a quote for financing. Thank you.
You're watching Insight, brought to you by The Wayne Hall Show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this very exciting conversation with Mr. Gary McCook and Lavie Lujah. So, we've heard about the upbringing. Let's talk a little bit about the life after, say, well, you kind of went into some of the adulthood. Mm-hmm. You brought us fast forward us to now. But, Gary, I'm curious to know, in your experiences, you were an insurance sales representative, and I take it you migrated at some point. Tell us about the migration and coming here.
Well, migrated in 1987, as I said, to New York.
Right.
I was in a shirt and tie job in Jamaica, and when I came here, I said, enough of that.
Yes.
So I wanted to do something rough. So I actually started off with a post-construction cleaning.
Okay.
And one day I was upstairs, and a lady came to me and told me that I didn't empty her garbage last night. And I went to the window and I looked through to see how far Jamaica was. Because although I wanted to come from a shirt and tie, I said no. So I quit the job the next day. And then I went into the parking industry and rose up from a parking attendant to a manager to the general manager for over 200 locations in New York and New Jersey. And so I stayed in that industry until I came here 20 years ago. So in 2001, my family and I left for here. I went to college in New York and New Jersey, graduated from New Jersey City University with a Bachelor of Science. And then my wife, Andrea, is a nurse. So we both, young couple, 2 little boys, packed our bags and left for Georgia. And 20 years later, I'm sitting here with you on this stage.
I know. At any given point along your journey, Gary, did you see this day coming? The festival song idea, I mean, just the concept. I mean, at any given stage, did you have this vision?
No, I was mostly into acting. I actually went to a HB studio in Manhattan. I did my initial acting career there. I played the innkeeper in Fiddler on the Roof. Interestingly, I had to grow my sideburns and put on my hat.
Yes.
So it was a very interesting thing. But so stage was my thing. Coming to Georgia, I did do some local acting here in Georgia. But then about a year or two ago, I went to an audition and I said, nah, this is not me. I need to find something that I can still do entertainment-wise, but not something that takes up all my time that I have to go and rehearse. So I wrote a song in 2017 after the Olympics where Usain Bolt did so well. So I did Rio Was Good to Me. That was my first thing. And over the years, I dabbled a little. Every year I was writing a song. But then trying to enter the festival song competition in my homeland, I realized that, based on us living here, it was not possible.
Okay, interesting.
So the idea came to me that we must be able to do something in the United States or around the world. And that's where it started. Buckled down last year in August, and by December we had the launch, and now we're here with the winner of the first JIIFSC competition, Lavie Lujah.
Wow, very interesting. So you actually tried to enter the Jamaican Festival Song Contest and realized you might have to come up with your own.
That's correct.
Wow, very inspirational. Now, Lavie, here you are, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The first winner of this contest, brandishing the trophy over there. Oh my goodness, your most prized possession right now. But listening to Gary, and I'm thinking, what's Lavie doing in recent years up to, say, COVID? Tell us a little bit about your day-to-day routine before we even get into this story.
My day-to-day routine, going to the Toronto District School Board to work until 3, leaving there at 3:30, get into my part-time job for 4 o'clock, working until 11 o'clock at nights, going home, get some sleep, waking up at 5:30. When my grandmother passed away in 2011, if I recall correctly, I was really depressed.
Okay.
And I turned to poetry.
Okay.
I don't talk about it because my reasons for publishing a book of poems, Excerpts from My Heart by Laval Wilkins, not Lavie Lujah. Lavie Lujah wasn't born yet.
I wasn't born yet.
No, I published my first book of poem, well, my only one so far, because it was the whole process was cathartic. It was what got me out of that depressive mood. I was able to express my feelings and all of that through poetry. And through that process, a new man was being born. But that man also had a dream from he was a teenager that he would get into singing.
Okay, do tell.
So then the environment I was in didn't encourage that. And so I didn't even tell anybody.
Wow.
Nobody knew.
Okay.
When I wanted to write, I would go into the woods and I would write and I would sing, and then I go back to the world and nobody knew anything. I just kept that seed. And then later on, I buried that dream because circumstances didn't accommodate it, so I just buried it. So out of the poetry, it came. And as a matter of fact, some of the songs I have written are based on that book of poems. So it's just putting poems to music. So that's how I started writing probably about 2017. I decided that, you know what, I'm doing 2 jobs. And I'm doing them because I want to survive.
Right.
But I'm not really living.
Right.
Because you're not living until you're living what is inside you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
If you, I realized that I was cheating myself, and I always encourage people, like, if you are not living your dream, if you're not living what your passion is,
yes,
you are really wasting your life, and you're not being honest with yourself.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have said that any better. Lavie Lujah, Gary McCook. It's the tale of 2 faiths fused by faith. And we'll have more when we come back, because we're going to talk about how the contest brought these 2 men from 2 extremes together right here.
Caribbean International Shipping Services is your one-stop shop for all your shipping needs. Conveniently located at 3048 Miller Road, Lithonia, Georgia. We know all about the Caribbean and cargo. Our wide range of services includes weekly ocean and air services, empty barrels and boxes for sale, packing and crating, specialized returning resident services, personal and commercial shipping, door-to-door, local delivery and pickup, money transfers, and shop and ship. With services by land, air, and sea, you need to call Caribbean International Shipping Services today at 770-323-1111 or visit their website at info@mycaribship.com. At Caribbean International Shipping, we know all about the Caribbean and cargo.
You're watching Insight, brought to you by The Wayne Hall Show.
Great conversation going on here with Mr. Gary McCook, founder of the first ever Jamaica International Independent Festival Song Competition and the first ever winner, Lavie Lujah. And we're inside the studios of the Caribbean Life TV in Atlanta. And guess what? Can't wait to hear how their worlds collided for all the right reasons. Obviously, Lavie Lujah never thought that the weekend of July 31st, 2021, he would have an audience around the globe. And Mr. McCook, probably even in his wildest dreams, did not fathom the magic he was making happening with his concept of this contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the guest. Mr. McCook, tell us about more of the unfolding of your concept of this international festival song contest within the diaspora.
So back in August last year, when I started really getting down, I said, I think we would need a theme song for the festival. So that's how the Gimme Jamaica came aboard. The music was actually done to be like an anthem just for the competition.
Right.
But then when I received the music, I said, this would be a waste just to have the music without any word. So I sat down and I had to go backwards. When I called my guy who had done the mixing, he said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "No, I'm going to put words to this music." So I worked backwards and put the words so it could reflect what my vision was.
Okay.
The Jamaica International Independence Festival Song Competition was such a long word. And I said, in that song, I would have to narrow it. So that's why that second thing talk about JIIFSC. So that was to get it out to you and the world that there's a condensed way of saying the same thing.
Yes.
But has the same meaning. And I started between August last year and when I did the launch on December 18th, we had a worldwide launch with folks all over the world, from China, from Cuba, from Australia. We're on that Zoom launch. Very, very exciting and entertaining. But up until that time, the reality did not really hit home. Then between the launch and February, I started doing my research and, started trying to get the word out. And February 28th, I decided, I need more help.
Okay.
People would ask me, who are the members on your team? And I said, there are three, me, myself, and I. And as of March 1st, I assembled a team, and we started out. It was nerve-wracking, I must tell you, because here it is, this new concept, no sponsors, no one wants to touch you because you're new. So you have to say to yourself, look, I'm going to self-sponsor this event. So that's what I did. And we had the deadlines coming now. April 30th was the first deadline to get all the songs in. And my team said, Guy, hey, no, that's too soon. So we changed it to May 31st. And we sat on pins and needles waiting for those songs to come in. So one song came in, and then I called my wife and said, Andrea, first song is in. I called my team, first song is in. And then everybody, my phone just kept ringing. Any more songs? Any more songs? Any more songs?
Yes.
Because we're promoting a competition with top 10. So we at least have to get to 10. Right. So that was the benchmark, trying to get to that 10. And when we surpassed that 10, it was like a plane that took off, and it was in cruise control, and we were just heading to across the globe, across the world, just to bring that message and create a platform. That was my ultimate goal, to create a platform that we as artists can demonstrate that talent that we have. And we see here today what the talent that was out there that we didn't know of.
That's
Lavie
right.
Lujah.
And I'm going to get to Lavie in a moment, but I'm going to lean on your analogy of a plane taking off. What kind of turbulence was there? Tell me a little bit. There had to have been some challenges along the way. These things, I know, don't just happen.
Yeah, but
all the time.
I'm a man of faith.
Yes.
And I went out on faith. Didn't know where the funding was coming from. But I know if I go out, I came up with something that if you believe and believe that God believes in your belief, it will happen. So along the way, I was just guiding myself mentally and spiritually and praying every night that I would see a way. And so there was turbulence, yes. No sponsors, no one will touch you because you're new.
Right.
The concept is new. So people are scared.
Yeah.
But then I had folks like my judges,
yes,
who had to have that confidence to get into a situation like this because their reputation is also on the line.
Yes.
And for them to be involved and for their name to be out there. So there was turbulence in there. The stomach was going and everything, but every time the stomach churned, the Father said, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And we just pushed on like that. So,
wow. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, speaking to the founder of the JIIFSC, Mr. Gary McCook, and the first winner, Lavie Lujah, right here inside the CLTV studios. And so we just heard Gary talking about the plane that took off, the analogy to turbulence, but we're going to go over to Lavie. Because while he was busy doing all that, somewhere in Canada, someone didn't know that they were going to be fused by faith. So, Lavie, how did you first learn about the JIIFSC?
It's interesting that Gary talked about working backwards. He got the music and then he decided how to put words to it.
Yes.
Certified Yardie happened just like that. It was a work in reverse.
And Certified Yardie, if you don't know, is the title of the winning song. So
I had the track. I never had the words. I actually, as a matter of fact, that song, that beat, the original song for that beat, I still have, not released. And I'm telling you, it's a great song. But I worked backwards as Gary was doing.
Yeah.
And I have incubated the idea of having a song that Jamaicans, particularly Jamaicans outside Jamaica, could sing. with pride, as if it is the national anthem. Sing with pride. They could laugh, and it could resonate with them. At least, if it's even one line, could resonate with them. That everybody could identify with something in that song. And so, and I had that idea bubbling in my head without anything specific. I knew what the end goal was I wanted. I know exactly what the end product was I wanted. But, you know, these ideas, you keep them, you incubate them. And then one day, I was at work, and we were actually driving north of Toronto. I wasn't driving, it was my colleague. And I was sitting beside him, and the idea just started to come together as we were driving.
Wow.
And I went home, did a draft, and I wasn't satisfied because it wasn't meeting the goal that I want, and I went to sleep. He talked about being a man of faith.
Yes.
I hand it over to God.
Okay.
I say, you take care of this. I'm
Yes.
going to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
And the following day I woke up, it just came together.
Oh my word.
Just like that. And I remember somebody, I'm sure you know Ruler Brown.
Yes.
Ruler Brown said that it's as if somebody uploaded the words into a machine, and then it just comes out perfect.
Yes.
And it's true. It is a machine. You know, it's a machine of the human mind and the divine coming together and producing that song. That's how that song came. And 3 days after it was completed, I was scanning the Observer, which I didn't do too often at the time. And I saw it. And I said to myself, I'm going to enter, and I'm going to win. That's what I said. And I had, for the entire time, and I'm not trying to be pompous.
Right.
A man must believe in himself.
Confidence
And
is
a
God.
woman must believe in himself. If you don't
Yes.
believe in it, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So I told myself, I'm going to enter, and I'm going to win. And right away, I went to the studio. Quick. It was quick. because Gary had a deadline.
Yes.
And I had to make it before that deadline.
Yes.
And I did it. I think I sent it to Nigeria to be mixed and mastered.
Man.
Yes.
Wow.
Right in
It's an
Nigeria.
international product,
Yes,
for real.
yes. It's a fusion between Jamaica and Africa. And that's the end product is certified Yardi.
Good.
Yeah.
And I wanna pause there. I want you to hit the pause button, because now we know we arrived at Certified Yardi, the winning song. Gary, it's the night of the finals. You're gathered in your setting. Everything, you're taking on the challenge of streaming live in real time. And so it doesn't happen easy. What I want you to share, because the audience need to know some of what goes on in the mind and in the backdrop of such an achievement. Walk us through July 31st, 2021, that evening, because that is history made. What was that? Was it about 6 hours? What did it feel like for Gary McCook?
It was one of those situations you're trying to pinch yourself and saying, you're pinching yourself and you can't feel anything. And you're pinching yourself again and you say, yes, it's real. It was, you try to hold back the emotions inside.
Yeah.
And look and say to yourself, is this really happening? Because although you set out to do it, the time is now, right? And coming here and then seeing all the artists and seeing all the judges sitting down and seeing the audience there and seeing Caribbean Live television guys running back and forth to make sure everything was perfect, I think the reality is finally hidden. And then when the music started to play, he said, yes, there was that calm, there was that peace. And as I said before, God was here with us. He was in the room. So that fear that you'd normally have in your stomach, it wasn't there. Because I was trusted and knowing that he would help me deliver. My family, who you saw here, they're my rock. Andrea and Gavin and Andrew, they're the ones who are there saying, Dad, you can do it, Dad, you can do it, Dad, you can do it. The greatest support I ever had. So it was touching. I actually sometime I felt like a little thing was going to come down here, but I said no, man up.
Not today.
Not today. It's not going to happen today. Not on camera.
Not today.
Not today. Not on camera. But it was a refreshing feeling, again, to see that the platform that I set out for myself and other artists in the diaspora was finally here. And literally the platform we're sitting on today or working on today was built by JIIFSC, because we came in and we said, you know what? We're going to give a contribution to Caribbean Life Television. We know what we wanted as a platform. So a platform to a platform was built.
There you go.
And here we are today on that same platform. So it was a great night. It was a rewarding night. The world now has a great song, a great festival song that will go down in history. This is a song that we will sing and we'll hear for the years and years and years to come.
Tell us about that moment just before you announced the first ever JIIFSC winner.
It was tough when I got that envelope.
Yes.
I know that this is it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it going to be? But then, before I opened the envelope, something consoled me, because I realized that one of my goals for this competition was not to have a popularity competition.
Okay.
Where fans are voting, because what that does, it allows the result not to be quality, but popularity.
Okay.
So I was confident in that, knowing that I had judges like yourself there who are experienced in the world of music and will know what the choice is that we need in our lives, that we can go home and say yes. So I was confident before I opened the envelope. It's just that I did not know who is going to be in there. We had such a great group of guys and Zena, but I was just confident in you guys that you would do the right thing. And the right thing was done.
And how conscious were you of the fact that your audience was global? It just wasn't those in the room around you. It just wasn't your audience at the event.
It felt great. Zena done a wonderful job in Europe to keep us afloat and keep our name there. It's an international festival.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we had people tuning in. The first entrance was from Germany, King Noah. He was out of Germany.
There you go.
You know, when we started and we got Germany, we celebrated and said, yay, we got Germany. Then we got Canada. We said, whoa. And then we got England. So that international thing was born. It wasn't just the United States of America. It was born. So it was great to see that people around the world were tuned in on that night with one common goal: to listen to what we have to offer. To see that what we have to offer is not mediocre. It's at a high level, a high bar. And I think we have set the bar high, and next year is going to be higher. But it was good to see a global thing. I can tell you, Wayne, there are folks who approached me during the process and they said, you've never promoted anything. Why don't you start in your county?
Yeah.
And then you grow, and then you go in the States, and then you do a state thing and all that stuff. But no. I knew what my goal was. I needed to get that platform for the diaspora. And just doing it here would not accomplish that goal. And if I did that, Canada wouldn't be sitting here tonight with us with this beautiful trophy.
Gary McCook, ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the first Jamaica International Independent Festival Song Competition, and Lavie Lujah. So we're pretty much listening to Gary's side of it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I know you can't wait to hear what it was like behind the scenes. Lavie, take us there. It's contest night. You've come from Canada to the United States. You're backstage with all the other artists, the other contestants. Walk us through how it felt, man. Up to that moment when Gary himself said, certified yardie.
I am still trying to climb down from cloud 9. It was one of the great things about that night was the fact that the camaraderie among us as artists, from the moment we gathered here on Friday night for our rehearsal, was just great.
Yeah.
We just clicked together like that. So that helped. When you know that those that are contesting for the same goal like you are so close to you and so friendly with you and showing all the respect and the love, because at the end of the day we're all Jamaicans, and that was very important. But in my own little world, in my own little mind,
yes,
there were moments I had to walk away from here and take some space and to remind myself what this is about. I didn't know what I would feel like at the end, but it was my first performance, Wayne.
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard that? Prior to that night, you had never performed in front of any audience.
Apart from church, you
Right.
go to church and you sing a song and all of that, but to have you're talking about an international event in a new genre.
Yes.
This is me singing my song on a platform with artists who have been in the industry for years. Guys who are performing in Africa, performing in Jamaica, performing in the United States. Guys who do stage show often. I was a novice. But I also knew that since God had given me the song, I needed to get out of the way and let God perform the song through me. Because I tell you this way, when I look at the video of me performing on this stage, it's not me. You can ask anybody who knows me. From when I was a little boy, I was told, you can't dance. Okay? My daughter is 15 years old. They laugh at me when I try to do anything.
Oh my goodness.
So you think about coming to a competition with that in the back of your mind, and nobody ever tell you that you can't dance. And I always tell you, stop dancing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happened here that night was just beyond me. So even after it was done and the results were given, it was just overwhelming. I cried probably about 6 times since between that night and about Tuesday, Monday. Because the fact that I'm looking at myself on a stage, doing something that nobody thought I could do. Nobody thought I could do it. My daughter was nervous because she was scared her daddy's gonna mess up and embarrass her. You know how those teenagers are.
Yes.
And I told myself, I'm never gonna give her the satisfaction of being embarrassed.
Wow.
So I just did what I had to do. I know that I had to do this song, and since I traveled all this way,
Yes.
and was ambitious enough to enter the competition, and ambitious enough to say I'm gonna win, then I had no choice. I had to do what I had to do. And I have set the bar for myself. Now I have no excuse going forward. Whenever I show up on the stage, I have to bring it.
There you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lavie Lujah, winner of the JIIFSC, and the founder, Gary McCook. When we come back, we're going to find out what's next for both of them and what can they pass on to the rest of us who still seek this magic. Welcome to Spicy Hill Restaurant, the flair of Jamaica, located at 1544 Tower Road in Jonesboro, Georgia. At Spicy Hill Restaurant, you are guaranteed the taste of authentic Jamaican cuisine with an exotic difference. The owners have years of experience crafting unique exotic tastes that will leave you wanting more. Their passion for serving and creating delicious meals can be tasted in every bite. Stop by and taste the slow-cooked oxtails, curried goat served with jasmine rice, authentic homemade jerk chicken, and more. Don't eat meat? No
problem. Ask about their Ital stew. You will love their Sunday brunch. There's a full bar for your drinking pleasure. Open Tuesday to Saturday 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. Sundays 11 to 8 p.m. Visit their website at spicyhillrestaurant.com or stop by at 1544 Tara Road, Jonesboro, Georgia, and experience the flair of Jamaica.
This is Insight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a great conversation. You know, before we wrap up today, we're definitely going to find out some more about what's in store from these two gentlemen. Garfield McCook, the founder, and Lavie Lujah, the winner of the first ever Jamaica Independent International Festival Song Competition. I'll start with Gary. You've done it. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
The product has been delivered.
Thank you.
Now, weary is the head that wears the crown. What's next?
Well, we had actually started our preparation for next year already.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yes, we actually started before the finals. And I said to my team, what are you thinking? They said, look, it's going to be successful and we got to put things in place. We have to get motivated before even the finals. I said, okay, I'll join you. So we've started. We've had conversation about adding the gospel section to it. When I started this, I had a lot of artists who are in the gospel side who wanted to enter and wanted me to do gospel, but I said, no, I can only do, let me start off with baby steps.
Right.
Let me do this first, and then next year. So two things. Next year, Jamaica celebrates 60th anniversary or birthday, independence. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a big thing. 50 was big, 60 is going to be bigger.
Right.
And then I'm going to be 60 next year. So it all comes in. So I'm going to be celebrating. So it's got to be good. But we're envisioning a bigger audience, a venue that by the time people can feel comfortable being out there. We have artists already dialing in to ask, when can we enter the next one? Based on what we saw here. We were commended for our structure. We were commended for our response. We were commended for our transparency. All of the things that you expect and want to see in a competition at that level. So we are, our seatbelts are on. We are already working, bringing some more people on the team, because I keep talking about the team, but my team is of such that they would prefer to remain anonymous.
Okay.
That's how they are.
Okay.
That's how they are. I can maybe mention Dr. Laxton Stevenson. He was one of the members on the team. Marie Ramsey was another member of the team. I can mention those. Well, the other members of the team are professionals in their own rights and would just prefer to be behind the scenes and keep pushing me forward and say, you go. Let your face be the face, because it was your initiative. So we got a lot of in store, a lot of work to be done, and we're welcoming folks who are on the same page with us, with the same goal, same energy, to come on board. You know, they can call in to us. We're going to interview them, because my team is very particular. They want to make sure, hey, look you straight in the eye. We know there's no ulterior motive.
Right.
One motive, one goal. And that's just like we did this year. So it's going to be big. Lavie has set the bar in terms of the caliber song that we expect. So if you guys are listening out there, this is the bar now. My song, Gimme Jamaica, was done as the bar, and Lavie has come and he's put his up there. So we now got to look at Lavie Lujah's as an example of what a festival song should sound like, should look like, and just Lavie Lujah.
And perfect, because Lavie, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that the last 3 or 4 days of your life would be what it's like. Tell us about what it means for you to have won the contest and what are you envisioning?
The contest has really, it's like it's like a fisherman going out into the ocean and grabbing a big fish.
Yes.
And taking it back. And I would say that Gary's like the fisherman. He went out there and brought in the big fish.
Okay.
And the song Certified Yardie is the big fish. He talked about the bar that I have set. The bar that I have set for this competition has also tied me to a bar. It makes it difficult for me to release another song because it has to be of a certain caliber. So it is pushing me now to make sure that the same lyrical prowess that people say is in the song, that's what I have to do. So there's a lot of pressure on me, which I love. I like to be put in that situation that I have to produce something to show that it was not I'm not a one tune guy.
Right.
I'm not here today and gone tomorrow. And I'm up to the task. What happened for me going forward? I was in the process while all this was happening. I was recording songs for my first album. And so this has really kind of caused me to take a pause while I'm still recording, I'm still creating, because this song is really big. It's big, it's really big, and it's gonna do so much in so many different ways that I have to be making sure that I'm reading the tea leaves properly to know my next move. But one thing I'm certain of, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever comes with this. I think that God has prepared me. Give me the type of humility, the graciousness, the gratefulness to those who have helped me. There are people who have been promoting my songs and doing things that there are artists who have been in the industry for many years who have never gotten that kind of support. So I can't take this. I don't tie myself to the tradition of reggae artists. I don't. I come to the platform as Lavie Lujah. Whether I'm speaking or singing, I am going to be authentically me. I'm not pretending to be anybody else, and what you see is what you get. And what I can tell you is, the next release that is coming out is going to seal any doubt that anybody have, and it's gonna validate any conclusion anybody that come to that this guy is the real deal. That's all I can say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, whatever he comes with next, how will he ever top Certified Yardie? Gentlemen, I know I've been asking all the questions. I want to just use the last couple of minutes to have a parting word for our audience. Your experience, I'm sure, has positioned you to at least encourage someone somewhere. So, Gary, or maybe I should start with Lavie and save the final word for Gary. Lavie, your experience through this contest and where you are right now. Man, there's doors about to open for you. You know, many places are going to want to have the singer of Certified Yardie perform at their events. Get ready. But I'm saying parting words, something I might not have asked that you feel fitting to share with the audience in this moment.
I just want to say that I have never, things are happening so quickly. I have never dreamt that I would see a poster with Lavie Lujah beside Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Never. Okay? I never anticipated that. I'm not a politician. I'm not any leader in any community doing anything that's affiliated with that type of caliber of people and responsibilities. There's an event happening in England that they asked me to participate in virtually by giving them permission to use my music video of Certified Yardie. And they're asking me to record a short 2 to 3 minute speech about being a Jamaican abroad and what the culture means to us. I have never dreamt of that. So I'm really flattered and humbled that that is actually happened.
Okay.
So I want to say to anyone that we all have something inside of us that make us different, that make us successful, that makes our lives fulfilling. We need to spend some time searching for what that is. Because until you find that, you are just surviving. Until you find that, you're just scratching around. When you find that, you have found your spark. And when you found that spark, your life will not just be fulfilling to you, but you find that you become a magnet to draw others who are of like mind. Because I think that that magnet that draw people of like mind is what has brought Gary and I together. And I've repeatedly said that history is going to be kind to Gary. Because what he's doing here is, as you can see, I'm a good example of that. Here he is creating a platform for Jamaicans living abroad who are into music. And I am an unknown. I am an unknown to the world. And when I hear recording artists in Toronto, Canada, telling radio hosts that Lavie Lujah is one of those artists to watch, you have to shake your head. What? You got it? So I'm just saying, like,
yes.
You must find the spark that is in you.
Yes.
And don't cheat yourself out of life. Don't listen to people. You know how many people discourage me and tell me all the doom and gloom and what doesn't work and what work? Follow your heart. Don't listen to anybody. You don't owe anybody anything that would cause you to deny the spark that the divine put in you. Every man and every woman has a spark of the divine, and you have to find a way to express that. One of my ways is music. It's a seed I buried many years ago. You can't get away from your dream. It's hard work. It's hard work to deny your dream. When it is ready to come out, it's gonna come.
And what he didn't say, ladies and gentlemen, is don't take crap from nobody. Gary.
Yes, sir.
Your parting words of advice, your experiences over life and just with this contest. What do you share? What nugget do you share with our audience?
Well, you know, I've always said that I have to believe in me. And if I believe in me and give what is in me and give the fullest, then I have done all I can. If the world looks on and says you did a good job, then I feel good inside. And my initial thing, and I keep saying, is to create that platform. If I did not create that platform, Lavie Lujah would not be here today. Certified Yardie may have been released, but to the extent that it is a worldwide song playing in every country in the world. I've had folks from Cuba who wanted to enter the competition, but they could not because they don't speak English. But they send a text to me, and Gavin is fluent in Spanish, and he interprets it for me. Right? And they say they're going to learn English because they got to enter the song. They're of Jamaican parents, but for some reason, they did not know English. So it's rewarding that dream that you have in you. If you pursue and believe, you can achieve. We're here, we're foreigners, because we don't live in our country anymore, but that was by choice. But one of my things in the motto for the JIFC is loving you from afar, because we love our country. Although we're here, we love Jamaica. We want Jamaicans to be proud of what we are doing in the diaspora, because it's only going to help that country. And that's all we're about, to help them, to help our country. For artists who don't think they can do anything, go to the studio, like Lavie said. Do your thing. I've been to the studio. I don't think I'm any big artist, but I've been to the studio, I've sat and I wrote my songs, and I get the vibes. One of the best experiences I keep saying was going to China to record Long Time Mr. Chino. That was the best experience because the people there, we are Jamaicans, and they came around it. It was so good because we wanted them in the video. We didn't have to ask them. They came. They came. So for anyone looking on and wanting to be a part of this, it's a movement. It's a movement. And I think Lavie and I, this is my first production. This is first stage production. There's so much we have in common. But I see both of us had goals and we went forward. He started his stuff, I think his first single last year in August. I started this in August. There is so much that is common.
Right, and that's the fascination of the tales of the faith.
Faith.
Brought together by faith.
Someone asked me, someone said to me, is that your brother? I said, why? They said, you look alike. I said, no, don't tell me that. Right?
I guess it's because you're both certified yardies.
Yes.
Probably.
You know?
Yes. and that
you just
term,
didn't know it.
That term certified yardie, it speaks volume.
Yes.
There's something in this song that talks about when a door open.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Goes to the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the yardie step in.
Which is a perfect example here.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. You know,
go.
and in this country and around the world, we are all certified yardies who have cracked through that thing, set our boundaries. I mean, our director of international affairs at the busiest airport in the world is a Jamaican, Irene Barr.
I know.
She is a certified yardie.
and you tried to enter a contest.
Yes.
Couldn't. And didn't realize you were just being a certified yardie when you didn't take that from anybody.
Yes.
And came and started your own.
Wow.
Started my own.
So he sang about you. Yes. You were manifesting in song.
Yes.
That's correct.
And here you are.
Yes.
So faith brought us together because our dream and goals are intertwined. They say like attract like.
Yes.
Somewhere in the purpose of God, his dream and my dream are intertwined.
Hence the trophy.
Hence the trophy.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I?
And could I just say something about this trophy, Wayne?
Yes.
I am
absolutely.
taking this trophy to my little Nazareth.
Yes.
That night at the competition, when it was over, my sister sent me videos of people in the darkness in my little Nazareth.
Aww.
Clapping the pot head and people carrying on. I'm telling you, it was something. Okay? It was something. They were proud. They were proud of, they said, I have officially put Kinol on the map. Right? But it is Kinol that put me on the map. It's the other way around. But I promised my cousin who was there trying to get support for me and having people vote. I told her, I said, before the competition was done, I said, I'm gonna take this trophy to Kinol and everybody's gonna touch it.
And I get to touch it. Ladies and gentlemen, it says Jamaica International Independence Festival Song Competition Champion 2021. And you know what? Will always be the very first champion.
Wow.
I gotta say, congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Gary, kudos to you, man, and your hard work in making this happen.
Thank you.
And Lavie, all the best.
Thanks.
Because I honestly think you don't even know what's in store for you, man.
It's
gonna be good.
And I'm happy I don't know.
And I know you're ready.
I'm
Because
ready.
you're a certified
I am
yardie.
a certified yardie.
And we've had a conversation that I'm now checking on the plane fares to Canada. So I'll be traveling to Canada.
Okay.
So
There you
Lavie
go.
and I to continue this movement because we have to show that it's certified.
Yes.
So I'll be traveling to Canada.
It's not fake.
And Lavie and I will be on the same stage again in Canada.
I want to thank Caribbean Live TV for hosting this great conversation, this historic conversation, the founder and the winner of the JII FSC First Contest Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'm Wayne Hall, and again, here in the studios of CLTV with Garfield McCook and Lavie Lujah of the JII FSC. Thanks for watching. Leave your feedback in the chat. We look forward to reading them. Until next time, Wayne Hall, like I like to say, see ya.
Go by the way that it and the groove and the rhythm in their world and in the taste the food that them cook. It make you wiggle every toe on your foot and in the things say you feel much and if you come from the hand of God, you are a certified God. And if you have no pride in your country, you are a certified God. And if you don't take crap from nobody, you are a certified God. And the good yard food that we eat make we stronger than Jordan Kitty. And when we're happy, we dance in the street. I just the way how a good yard degree. Taste the flavor we come from the meat. And the juice and the fruit is so sweet. And if you're poor man, you don't need a seed. Yeah, you go home, we turn up the heat on. In the cup of the hand of my head, you're a certified God. And if you come from the hand of God, you're a certified God. And if you have no pride in your country, you're a certified God. And if you don't take crap from nobody, you're a certified God. But in Jamaica from down firm, so many things we still in the world. We have the blood of our heroes and hope. We are courageous, creative and bold. And if you open the door, just a crack. Yeah, this step in a rise to the top. And if you think so, you want to know. Yeah, they will make you laugh, remember. If you come from the hand of God, you are a certified God. And if you come from the hand of God, you're a certified God. And if you have no pride in your country, you're a certified God. And if you don't take crap from nobody, you're a certified God.
And gentlemen, again, I apologize. There's a few little glitches. Thank you for that, Janice. Yeah. So in order to not have echoes, I had to kill this mic. Then I come back on and didn't put it back on. But thank you, everyone, is basically all I'm saying. Thank you for enjoying this with me. It was a great weekend in Atlanta. The conversation with Lavie and Mr. Garfield McCook was priceless, man. And I'm just honored, and I want to thank the JIIFSC for the shirt and for allowing me to sit down with these two makers of history, Lavie Lujah and Mr. Garfield McCook. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. There'll be more insight and great conversations like this coming your way on Sunday afternoons on our platform. So I want to say thank you, Perry Hines. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, everyone. And I want to wish you all a great rest of your Sunday evening. And ladies and gentlemen, until Wednesday, see ya.
Certified yardie. And if you don't take crop from nobody, here Jamaicans cheer and clap, cause if you come from the land of Bob Marley, you're a certified yardie.